It's Tuesday morning, February the 4th, and you are looking at my desktop. I have several projects. I think I need to make a list. So, welcome in. Let me put this phone up on my stand. I'm going to go through these. Let me zoom out just a little. I always have to do this when I get online with my phone. I don't know why, but it does not, I cannot set this up while I'm still offline. Let me zoom out a little here. Zoop. Whoops, that's too much. I got my gray t-shirt on. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Becky. How are you feeling this morning? I saw your post that you weren't feeling good yesterday. Oh, okay. Let me get on my tablet over here so that I can welcome folks in. There we go. And you'll see I'm using my icon for my thumbnail because it doesn't give me a chance to create a thumbnail ahead of time either. So Jacqueline's here, Becky's here, Arlene, good morning, Arlene. Good morning, good morning. Becky says she has tummy troubles are continuing, but I'm better than yesterday. Oh, Becky, I hope you get better. That flu has been going around in our area. I'm trying to stay out of the public. I get my public on YouTube here. Oh, let me see. I'm going to keep a paper out here. I'm going to kind of go through my projects that I'm working on right now, except for this butterfly's not a part of it. All right. And I have my cart behind me. I did get that, and that seems to be working well for me, but a lot of my pens are dry here. Hope I got a clean one. Okay, so I am working on, in this box, I am making little fussy cut, if I can get in here, little fussy cut journal spots here. And I think they're going to end up as shadow boxes. That's a tiger. Oh, let me adjust my camera. For some reason, I'm going super fast on my, there we go. I'm going super fast. I don't know what's going on there. Let me adjust this a little. Okay, that a little better. Huh. All right, so I'm going to put shadow box fussy cuts, and that's part of what this is too. I've been cutting these strips down into little, I don't know, I must have super fast on. Let me get out of my YouTube here. It's skip. No, I must have a setting set super fast on my, if this, let's see, lock screens, playback speed says it's normal, but it's going super fast on my tablet. Let's see if I can set this back to normal. Playback speed, normal. If it continues to go fast, I'll probably have to switch to my phone here. Live chat. Hi, Diane. Hi, Nancy Gill. Welcome in, ladies. Did you get the super chat I sent last stream? I did, Becky, and I noticed that this morning when I logged on. I said, wow, you brought me over the threshold of when I'll get paid this month. And I said, somebody gave me a super chat, and I could see the jump in the analytics from yesterday. It went from zoop to zoop, or from zoop to zoop. And I go, somebody gave me a super chat. And yeah, my stream is still going super fast here. I'm not sure what's going on. So thank you so much for that, Becky. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so very, very much. And I want to thank Jacqueline, too. She's been gifting memberships, and she gave me some super chats last night in our creator group. And thank you so much, ladies. And Lala has given me some super chats. You guys have brought me over the threshold, the earning threshold, to where you get a check. And I so much appreciate you. I'm trying to get my note tab is going, my hands are going, I'm trying to, and it says when I look at this playback speed, it says it's normal, but I'm certainly not normal out there. Becky says, oh, good. Thank you, ladies. So, yeah, skip the ad, go to quality, advanced, 1080, set my chat filter to all messages. Okay, now hopefully I'm set up here. I want to finish some projects and work on, yeah, that did it, except for my screen is, my camera is all off. Let me set my camera a little here. And zoom out a little. Zoop, zoop, zoop. There we go. That might do it. Okay. So, let me write. I set my pen down someplace. Current projects. That isn't my pen that I was using, but current projects. February, because it seems like January. Have you guys noticed this? January, everybody starts new projects. And I still have things going from last year. So I'm going to put shadow box, fussy cut, because that's all I'm doing is fussy cutting those. Fussy cutting images. That's good enough. So that's what these two, this Subarbucks that I covered and this, that's a project there. I'm going to set it aside. Then I can't get it on the table because that 600-page book is way too heavy. I'm doing hashtag 29 faces, February 2025. Now I'm not planning on doing any. I've got February 1 and 2 days 1 and 2 done. I'm ready to do 3 and 4, but I'm not going to do them online here because I have other things I want to get done. I'm working in a border book. Well, here's some of my postcards that I want to do the borders in this composition book. I'm going to put these back in here. So I'm just going to put borders doodle book. Becky has done this project several times, I think. And I decided, I know I'd started these before, but I've usually started them in the current art journal that I'm working on. So there's that. I want to design a fabric bird for the quilt, my mother's quilt that I'm doing the collab on. I'm just going to put for quilt. I might do that this morning because I want to get started on that. And by the way, I want to slow stitch. And I think I'm going to that big old flannel sheet. Debbie Epps suggested that I put it in a hoop and work on it that way, but it's just too big and bulky for me to work on. So I think that what I'm going to do is cut my fabric into maybe like 2 or 3 foot squares, and that's even big enough for me to work on in my lap while I'm out in my recliner. So slow stitch on flannel, I'll know what that means for quilt. I'm doing what I'm calling a collab quilt with my mother because I found one of her quilt tops that I feel like I can stitch on. I mean, she's been gone for almost 25 years now. I don't think she'll mind. I'm drawing, and I got this hymno. It's a hymno, I believe. I got it from Wendy at the Papered Rooster. Oh, it's just a music book, Basic Harmony. Elements of Harmony. It's not a hymno, it's a music book. So I'm sketching in, and I'll do other types of sketches other than faces. Sketching in music book. These are just some things I have going. And I was thinking how January seems to be the month that we all start all these new projects. I'm working on Junk Journal January. I probably have, I have several pages left to do. But I have several done too. So Junk Journal January. My January will last until I get to the 31st. I might work on that this morning. I got this tab punch from Pearl at one of her auctions, and I want to make tabs. I went out and watched videos of how this works. It works real simple. And I want to make tabs for my Society of Idea Collector journal that I'm building. So SOIC tab pages. And I might do that this morning too. And get it off my desk here. This is for the fabric bird. I'll put that over on the other side. These are for the tab pages. This is a postcards. I'll probably work on this morning. Postcards from an old, I'm going to put Dirty Dozen. I think I probably did this with Becky or something or other. I was out watching Lindy and Sean Designs, and she was selling all these Somerset magazines. I bought several of them, and I like to do my Dirty Dozens from when I'm doing my own game, not following anybody. I like to do them from the Somerset magazines, have random org pick page numbers for me, and go out and grab inspiration from the page. I like to do that, and I think either this came from Becky or one of my Dirty Dozens. And then the Putz houses. I want to finish the Arboretum, and I'm going to work on that this morning. Finish Arboretum, and I'm spelling it wrong, and I want to start one for February. And I was thinking about these last night. I think they're kind of in my way here on the desk, and I think I'm going to poke a hole in the top, tie a knot in a thread it through the hole, tie a knot up here, and make a hanger so that I can hang these out of my way. So I'm going to put hang finished pieces. And I want to start one for February. Now, I had started what I called a greenhouse here, but it's turning out to look more like an arboretum, a tall piece. I want to do a rectangular greenhouse, one that looks more like a greenhouse you would actually see out in your garden. And I don't know if I'll get that started today or not. So those are kind of some of my projects. And, oh yeah, 20, did I put 29 faces here? Yeah, 29 faces. And oh, the society, new Society of Idea Collector Journal. Those are things that I'm working on. I probably have other things on my cart, but that's enough. And I think what I'm going to do for my Society of Idea Collector, I think I'm going to look for a new binder. I put that wet paper mache on the cardboard cover after I tore the vinyl off of it, and it really warped. And I was thinking that by putting something heavy on it or kind of flattening it out, it does, but it bends back again. So if I can find a stiff enough piece of 12 by 12 cardboard, I might have a piece here on the back of a tablet. I will tear the one that I put paper mache on out of it if I can and see if I can't rescue that, but that's ongoing. So what are you working on this in January? Let me reset my chat filter again here and say good morning to folks that are coming in. Arlene is here. She's, hi, Kimberly. Good morning, Miss Kimberly. Hi, Barbara. Chicken Pot Pie Society. It's good to see you, ladies. Arlene says something about in October. Editing new kits. Editing new kits? What do you do when you edit new kits? That sounds like an interesting project. Jacqueline says she's working on making a digital. And Jacqueline, if you put a link to your sale or to your shop, whichever you choose, I will pin it. I think Jacqueline is going to sell later this month. Is it the 21st? Friday the 21st? Do I have that correct? Jacqueline's new, and she's making new digital kits. Oh, you're to sell in your Etsy shop, digital kits? I might have to check those out. I have to kind of watch my spending until the middle of the month. Today is the 4th, so I usually get paid around the 14th or 15th of the month, so I've only got 10 days. Then I can buy some more things. I've got in February will be the last month on my doctor bill, so I'll get that paid off, so I'll have a little bit more money. Jacqueline said she's scanning pages that she's made. Kimberly saying good morning to folks. Did you put in your shop, a link to your shop or your sale, Jacqueline? I will pin it. 557. Oh, Barbara's saying good morning to Kimberly. They're saying good morning. Legia, good morning, Legia. Hey, Legia, I saw your playlist out there. That is so cool. I might take your playlist, a link to your playlist, not your playlist itself. I'll put a link to it out on the community tab, and I will put it in the creators playlist. I want to put those public. And that one, if they click on yours, because my playlist will be public, if they click on your playlist, Legia, I'm sure it's not for members only, and you'll have the general public looking at your playlist. There we go. Let me pin. Both of you ladies put Lovely's Crafting my link. Thank you, Kimberly, for that too. If you want really cool dyed papers, Lovely's Crafting Lodge is the place to go. Oh, Meri is, yeah. Well, let me put this up here. I think I'll work on these. If I can get a hold of the string right here. whoops, right here at my chair. And I'll put these, I'll work on these next. These are, okay, let's make, have tried to clear off my desk. I have links. Last night we had our first, oh, I need to plug my, let me plug in my phone or I'll lose, you might see my shadow here, my shoulder. If I don't plug this phone on, I'll lose juice to my phone. Is it getting juice? Yeah. I'll lose juice to my phone and then I'll lose you guys. And I don't know what happened to, I don't know where Penelope ran off to. She might have fallen over the cliff. I was looking for Penelope this morning and she's gone. She ran away. But anyway, yesterday last evening in the creators, the Fibdiggity creators group, we were talking about, and I made notes here, and I have several links that need to be put out in there on their community tab on there. And I want to say this, I said it in the chat last night, but I want to say it here too. YouTube is on some, I don't have it yet, but on some channels, when YouTube implements a new feature, they'll start out slow and they'll give that feature to different channels. And sometimes I get them and sometimes I don't. But it's going to be called Community. So I am, for the membership area, I've been calling it the Fibdiggity Community Center. I'm going to, when I get that community tab, that's official YouTube community, I'm going to change my Fibdiggity community to some other name so they won't conflict. So you go, well, which community am I in here? So, but the new community from Facebook, I think you'll be able to share what you're working on. Like Joyce wanted to share something that she's working on in our creators group. She wanted to share a picture, and I would have to create a post so that, and I might even have to, she would probably have to send me the picture and I would post it. I don't think that you can post pictures on YouTube community tab right now as just a viewer. I think the host has to post the pictures. But on the new community tab, I think that you'll be able to post pictures. So, and it's more of a Facebook type thing where you can share, be more, I'm not sure all the aspects of it. It's still in beta, I think. Not all the channels have it. But I think it's coming for me because last night when I was going out and looking at my channel, what they're going to do is, what's the community tab out there now? They're going to rename it Posts, P-O-S-T-S. So I don't know how posts are going to, I guess posts would probably just be me talking to you guys. And then they're going to have a new community area, the way I understand it. They're renaming the community tab. So when I look at the community tab as a content creator, I see the word posts. I looked at it from one of my other accounts, and I still think it says community tab for you guys. So I think it's coming for me because they've already renamed my community tab for me. I don't know when I'm going to get it, but I do think that they're in the process of passing that along to me. I don't know when. So watch for that. And eventually all the creators will get it as they roll it out. Just as an upfront, I think that will be a really good upgrade to YouTube. They should have had that. Well, we used to have like the Google accounts, the Google groups, and we used to have the Google Hangouts, And Google took that all away, so YouTube lost all of that. And slowly they're trying to get things back. I think having that community tab, and if they ever get a Hangout again, I think those will be two things that will really boost our channels. And they, of course, in the last couple years, they've been working on shorts. So, Meri, yours changed from community to post for me yesterday. Oh, it did. So you guys are seeing posts out there too. Huh. Because I was looking at it last night from another account for me. And it could be that it just hasn't wrote out to me yet, but on my other accounts. Barbara says, if you want it, come and get it. What are you passing out? I thought the name was spelled Penelope. It is. Pinelope. Penelope. Yeah. Yeah. That Penelope was actually named several years ago from a suggestion from you guys. One of the, when I first started drawing her. I don't know if I was still on Yahoo groups at that time. Somebody else in the community at that time named her and explained that PINLP stands for pins, like she's a pincushion doll. You could call it the Art Center. I like that. I like that, Jacqueline. Jacqueline has so many good ideas. Jacqueline, you need that. You need to start putting a lot of those things down in your Society of Idea Collector. Of course, that one's for me. That's not for you. Jacqueline was saying, I've got my Society of Idea Collector, but I don't know what I'm going to put in it. And she's spitting out all these good ideas. Diane said, yep, mine is post now too. It changed yesterday for me. So they are in the process of changing. And you'll probably get that community too then, because I think if your community, and I don't know if they're just doing changes for everybody a step at a time. I'm not a part of that, so I don't know what's going on there. So maybe they're changing everybody to posts first, and then they'll do the community area. And I'm not sure. All I really know about it is that they are going to see how big of a string. I guess that'll be big enough. I might put some more here. That they are going to have a community tab, and you'll be able to share more of your own art. And there'll probably be other things on there that I'm not aware of. All right, what I want to do here is make a knot. A big old knot here. And bring these through. Do I have them through here? A knot that won't go through the hole. And then I'm going to make a hole down in here. Let's get my awl out. I don't know what happened to Penelope. She ran away. I think I might have knocked her over the cliff. See if I can kind of put my finger in the center here. Kind of in there. And then I want to thread this through somehow. I'm missing Penelope because I'm missing my needles. And do I have a crochet hook out here? I've got glitter. I have a crochet hook. Probably took them out in the other room. Ah, a crochet hook. Look, Mom, a crochet hook. And I want to grab a hold of my thread here, if I can. Do I have it? It's hard to see. Grab it, Mary. Maybe if I grab it way down. And there. I want to pull my thread through. I've got such a shaky left hand. Come on. There. Pull this way through and then tie knots down in here. Way down there, Mary. Now that will probably fall through. Will it fall through? Maybe not. My finger's so big. There. Now I want to tie this into sort of a hanger. If I can get a hold of it here. I'm kind of a fumble fingers this morning. Good thing I'm not tatting. I was surprised I woke up in time for... I heard the alarm go off. Let me do that again. I heard the alarm go off and I turned it off, and then I promptly woke back to sleep and something woke me up. Something woke me up around 5, and I went out in the kitchen and made me a cup of coffee. There, I think that will hold it, and I'm going to snip this area off here. And then I can hang it. You should see my, maybe I should make a vid. Oh, look, it's way up there. I'm going to have to glue that. Alrighty, we'll put some glue on it. If I can find my glue. Glue, 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 glue. Da, da, da. See if I can get this. I need to get a new foam board. I need a new foam board for my desk, and I need to clean the underneath of this all off. I don't know if it's going to come out. I didn't lose it. I bent the tip of my original pen. And yeah. It's got gunk on it here. So are you doing any art this morning, Meri? Yeah. And as you can tell, this is not the right pin to put in here, because it's discolored the glue. There we go. Now I'm just going to let that dry before I try to hang it. And let's do the other one. Let me put this back in the... I think this is a longer needle. I think those little, short little clover applique needles are stainless steel. All right, let's do this one. Kind of mark it here, see if I can go through it. This one has texture paste on the roof that I'm going through. Come on. There we go. And of course, these will eventually hang on the Christmas tree. I learned about the putz houses from Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly, so much for sharing. She was making putz houses, and I said, what are those? She said, one day she said, I'm working on my putz houses. And I'm going, what are putz houses? It sounds like a fun project. And they're little houses made out of cardboard. They're little decorations. And I'm going to make a set of 12 for the Christmas tree for next year. But until then, I'm hanging them up on my camera stand, which is a clothing rack. Becky puts her Project Dress-A-Girl dresses on her clothing rack. I use mine. Mine is like hers with the 3 arms going out. I didn't know it at the time I bought it, that Becky had one just like it. But it works as my camera stand. All right, let's tie a knot in here. And maybe a bigger one. So it's already February. Can you believe it? It's already February. Man. They say the older you get, the faster time passes, but I must be getting really old. Yeah. One more. I don't want that to slip through the hole, and I've got to get my crochet hook through the hole there. That might hold it. Okay. So I'm going to put my crochet hook in here. Hopefully. Oh. Might have to expand the hole a little. And grab a hold of the thread. That's the hard part. Grab a hold of it by this end. And where is it? If I get a hold of both sides of it, and hook it on my hook. But I can't see it. My lighting is not all that great. There we go. Now I should be able to pull it through. There. Oh, my nuts. Yeah, because I had to have that hole large enough for my... I'm going to have to make bigger knot here. A knottier knot. Is that big enough? Maybe once more. That shouldn't slip through. I hope I got my thread on it. I lost my thread. Put it in the loop. Oh, and it's coming right through. Oh no, that's not the knot. I knotted the, but it's gonna come through. Because I had to have a pretty big hole there. I'm gonna mend that with some paste. And I'll have to let it dry. Clean this off. I'm about ready to make some more texture paste. This texture paste is a recipe from Topaz Pearl Girl, and every time I use this now I'll think of her. And she passed away shortly before Christmas, I think. And we'll just put this texture paste on here and let this dry. Bring my thread over this way a little. It dries pretty fast. All right, let me put that in the water and get a clean wax paper. And I'll have one of my projects. I think I put that as a list to put hangers on there to hang my touch houses. If I didn't, I should have. And we'll just let that dry. And so I can check off on my list here. Hang finished pieces. Done. 2, 4, 25. Okay. So, it's almost done. I can't hang them until that dries. I know I'm not ready to work on you yet. You get back up there. So the next thing I want to do is work on the Arboretum. Now, I'm ready to score. I've measured out all this is going to be the outside. I have a squirt bottle, it's behind me, that is going to be the roof. I'm ready to to score the sides here and put the windows on. And I think I need to put the windows on first. And I was going to use that vinyl that was off of the Society of Idea Collector, but I'm changing my tune. I think I'm going to use one of these bags here for the windows, like this. And I think I'll probably need to glue it down. I think it'll come off with the tape as I'm folding and everything. So let me cut. I need an extra hand. Of course, I need to get this stuff out of the way. I could probably glue it down and then cut it, but I'd have to wait for my glue to dry. These bags come in handy. So if you guys, when I buy things and you send it to me in a bag, I usually don't cut them up. When I'm taking things out, I save them to put other stuff in. Now I might do a combination of glue and tape here, but let's cut this one. I lost it. There. So this is going to go on here as the windows. So my crochet hook back. I'm going to do a combination of glue and tape. Now I need to score these. I'm thinking I have to score it after I put this on, because if I don't score this with it, it'll be hard to fold, I think. But I'm not sure how this will score. Maybe I'll go ahead and put it on and score it. We'll see. We'll just see. I might mess it up. So I'm going to do a combination of glue and tape here. I'm going to put the tape on first. And I don't know. I might have to score it before I put the tape on and rescore it. Let's do that. I'm afraid that if I get too much on there, my scores will be kind of messed up. Well, this is pretty thick cardboard. Yeah, I'm going to have to score it deeper than that. Hi, Joyce. Did I say good morning? Hi, Zen Jen. Thanks, Arlene. I got a great idea for making, for a make. I'm thinking maybe an Asian putz house. Oh, that sounds cool, an Asian one. I was thinking, I'm doing an arboretum now. I want to do a greenhouse, a more of a traditional greenhouse. And I want to do a gazebo. Grab a stronger scissors here. That sounds like a really, I'd love to see that. Zenjian, do you have a channel? Let's see. Let me check you out here. Go to channel. Nope. Well, you have a channel, but you don't have content on it, so just checking. This might send me down a whole rabbit hole. I tell you, I'm familiar with those rabbit holes, Jen. I'm familiar with those rabbit holes. I'm glad I decided to do this now, because I think it'd be hard to do this over that plastic. It needs to fold on that score line there. Like that. Oh, and it snapped my glue, and that might happen. I'm going to keep going here. Well, do I want to glue that down? No, I'm going to keep going. This is pretty thick. I thought it was, I think it's a cereal box though, but I'd put index paper over it so it has thickened it, and I think this would be hard to do with that plastic in there. And I'll probably have to do something with that. So there's one. I got two more to go here. Just enough to, that's bothering me. I'm going to put a little piece of tape on that. Well, let's put glue. And this is a index card from Jacqueline, and it looks like this. She's dyed this. I think this was her yellow set. I want to say it was Marigold, but I'm not sure. That I call it her sunny papers. I've been using Jacqueline's papers on the outside of this. Alrighty, I'm good with that for now. What I did with my pen. I need to take this nozzle out in the kitchen and clean it. It's got some gunk right at the top. All right. Let's do the second one. It can take a pretty deep score line here for it to fold. I have to do it more. So look up putz houses on the Google it, and you'll get all sorts of information about them. I learned about them from, I never knew what they were until Kimberly said one day, I'm working on putz houses. What is a putz house? Oh, Kimberly, you got me started. Fold this. Yeah, see, as I fold, things are popping out here. I got a little cut there that shouldn't be there. I might have to heal that. There's that one. So can you see it taking shape here? See, it looks more like an arboretum, and I'll have that. I'll have the cellophane in there. Now I'm going to poke holes. I'm going to have a little shelf that will go in here. A little shelf that will fit in here. Find a little piece of paper that will fit in there. A little shelf. And I'm going to put little plants on my little shelf. And then in here, I'm going to have a little round stick from here to the other side. And I'm going to hang plants off of it. And this is popping off here. This will pop off the next time I do that. I guess I'll go ahead and do it and then re-glue it. As I bend it, it's popping the glue. And I got the doorway here. So let's go ahead and finish this. Now I'm going to have to put the window on before I put the shelf in there. I think architectural students would do projects like this, build little models, maybe beginning. We had to do, I don't think we did anything like this, but we had to do some paper stuff in our graphic design class. I can't even remember what I did. I did take a graphic design class. I was studying to be an art teacher, but I differed on the grading system with the traditional Nebraska State Teachers Association. I just could not grade, especially, at the junior high level. If you were studying to be an architect or a graphic designer or even to sell your art, I can understand grading. I cannot understand grading if you're just expressing your creativity. I think it's more discouraging than my opinion. And I was so delighted. I was reading about a local artist, I'm going to call her an artist, but she was talking about why she started for children, kind of like a place where they can go to do art. Now this is a tab, so I'm going to have to score the tab here. And she said that she differed with the grades, and that's why she started kind of one of the buildings, empty buildings in the town where we go to grocery shop. She started a place where kids can come, and she holds classes for them and everything. And she was talking about how she differed with the grading system in the public schools. I don't mind giving an incomplete or a general grade, if they do excellent, to encourage them. But given an ABC grade for something like this, when the student is expressing themselves, I don't know, I'm just kind of opposed to it. So this will come like this when it's all glued together. I'm liking it. This down here, I could put a shelf down there, but I don't think I will. I was thinking about putting a strip of black paper, and I still might do that on these and make it look like that. Just kind of highlights it. I could do that and have it look like bricks, but I think the black gives more contrast. So let's go ahead and put that in. And I think I'll do that with tape. Was that going to be? No. Hold it, Mary's. Needs to get this up a little. Oh no. I'm going to have it way up here. It'll be okay. And is that going to show? Move that up just a little. It shows over on this side. My lighting's not good. I need a good overhead light. I've got one out by my recliner, but this tape isn't sticking too well. I'm gonna take that off and get me another piece. I've handled it too much. So today is Tuesday. Kathy Berg comes on, and I think Paint Girlie is doing something, but she wasn't feeling well last night, so I don't know what her plans are. I need to get with her, and she's revised her schedule a little, and I need to get my head straightened out about when she comes on. She's had some tooth work done on her teeth, and she's been in a recovery mode. But Kathy Berg and Colleen should be on after me. I need to rewrite my schedule. There's a lot going on Tuesdays, too. Kelly Rawson comes on tonight at 9 p.m. I have her at 9 p.m. on Tuesdays. I have... I have Kathy Arbor. I need to check her out more, too. I have her at 1 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. And Junk Journal Shop Shannon, I don't have her on a Tuesday, but she's changed her schedule. She put it out on her community tab. You might have to scroll down a little. I don't know if she's doing anything on Tuesdays. I've got Paint Girlie on Thursday, but I think she's doing something on Tuesday, too. Kathy and Colleen on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Dusty Unicorn on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. And that's what I have. And then Beth Schuler at 6 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. I think she's doing a postcard swap this month. I'm not participating. I've got too many projects going, but I was listening to Dee Dee yesterday, and I think Dee Dee is participating in that swap. And I thought I heard Becky say she was, but I'm not sure. Oh, no, that's a link to Paint Girlie's channel and to Kathy Berg. Thank you, Arlene. I appreciate that. JM. Hi, JM. She says, good morning. Hi, everyone. Mary, are you making putz houses? I am. I'm making an arboretum right now for January. In December, this was my first one. This was a model. And this morning, I put a hanger on it so I can hang it. I put a pretty big hanger on it because I'm going to hang it. Eventually, they'll go out on the tree, but the tree's all taken down. But on the Christmas tree, I might have to put glue on this one too. I think I will. But they'll hang. They're going to be, I'm going to make one a month. These I did in December. This was my model. And then this was the one that I did from my model. On this one, I used scrapbook. I used Christmas wrapping paper. It was that black and white checked wrapping paper. My nephew's wife wrapped her all of her presents, not this year, but the year before, and I saved the wrapping paper. And then the windows have lace with little red candles in the window. And then I hung this one too, and then when I poked that hole through, I had to put some more modeling paste on here so that the knot wouldn't pull through. Whoops. Let's get that down a little better here. I might have to put some more paste on here. We'll see. It's still wet, and I'm getting my hands all messy. Let me wipe my hands off. And I'll probably have to do that on all of them. But this one's I started out calling it a greenhouse, but it's too tall to be a greenhouse. I'm going to call it an arboretum. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going to put this black strip down in here. And I'll have some extra tape left, but that'll be okay. It'll just hold the window on. And then I've got some, somewhere here, out of one of those plastic sacks that come in our shopping stuff. This is going to be the window. I'm going to have a shelf in here where you get it built. I'll have a shelf going in here, and then I've got a squirt bottle, a green squirt bottle that's diet squirt bottle that's going to be the roof. And I'm going to make little plants after I get the shelf on here. After I get the shelf on, I'm going to put the shelf right in here. I'm going to make some little plants to put in there. Some little potted plants. Probably one or two of them. And then before I put the roof on, I'm going to poke a hole and put I've got a little round stick here someplace. A little round stick in between, and I'm going to hang some plants. Some little handmade plants. So it's getting there. And this paper is dyed paper from Jacqueline at Lovely's Crafting Lodge. I stuck some of the sunny stuff. I want to do a sunny journal coming this summer, probably in June. So I'm in the process of putting this on here so it'll look like that on the outside. Kind of like a outer brick type thing, only it's black. So, where's my scissors? I'm losing things. Let me buffer this down a little. And then I think for February, this is still January's project. I think for February, I'm going to do more of a traditional greenhouse. Boy, I'm missing Penelope. I'm missing you, Penelope. I need your pins. I don't know where she ran off to. I think I might have knocked her over the cliff accidentally. Oh, Penelope, where are you? I'll take the pin out of this. Yeah, I didn't get that glue down. Is that off of there? No. There. Put it back. I don't like to leave this uncapped. I like to put the pin back in it as soon as I can because it clogs up pretty easy. Now where's my black paper? I'll start here. And I have some extra tape here, but when I put that window on, it will grab a hold of that cellophane, so that's kind of a good thing. And let's cut this off. There we go. Now I think I'm going to, I can see this is starting to pull, so I'm going to re-glue this. Where'd I put my pen? I think it pulled because I did that score there, and so it pulled on it. Let's fold it here and give it some bendability in here. There we go. Now I want to do the windows, and I think I'm going to do both tape and glue, and we're going to use this, and it is doubled, but we're going to put this right in here. And I'm not sure how this is going to work. It might pull a little as I bend, but we'll see. And I'll have to cut the, so let's do the tape first. And I got scraps. Yeah, it's all Kimberly's fault, isn't it, Arlene? Let me refresh my chat. Sometimes the scroll kind of holds things back. Becky says, yes, I'm getting excited about having a room back. Yeah. Boy, Becky's put up a lot with that room, haven't you, Becky? We've been watching her suffer through all the floors being pulled up on her house, and yeah. That's quite a project that they had to do. They had to put in new subflooring on quite a few floors in their house. They've done a lot of upgrades on that house. Now I'm going to kind of take this and bend it here to have the tape find its bendability in here. And stretchability. Oh, and this one is needs glued. Maybe a snipped off there a little. Is that going to be too much? No, I think it's fine. All right. Let's do this. I think I'll put tape in here. So I put it right down the center. Right down the center here. And I'll have to pull these off first before I put that strip down. Because I'm putting it way down to the bottom. I should have stopped there. Oh well. Okay. Or I'll just bend them back a little. I need my pen. I'm missing Miss Penelope this morning. Where did she run off to? And that back to there. I want to welcome those in that I haven't said good morning to yet. Sometimes I miss people, and I really thank those of you who greet new people that come in, or just people that come in. If I miss saying hello to them when you welcome them, I really do appreciate that. Put my pen right there, and we're going to put a piece of tape. Well, I think I'm going to put a little piece here, because I don't want to put it over the doorway. I'm going to put a piece of tape here. And I'm also going to use glue, because I think I'll need the glue. Put some here. Now that window does not need to come clear down to the bottom, but I cut it down to the bottom because I put this across there. So here goes. There. I'm gonna do some buffering here. Now I think I'll also use glue. Alrighty. So now I think I'm ready to pull the tape. And I'll pull it on this side. Sometimes it gets stubborn and my shadow, my hand's in the way. Can't see where I'm going here. I'm pulling the tape off of the release paper. That's why I need the glue. Yeah, it's not working. It's pulling off here. Let's try this again. I keep saying if they just give us a 1/16 of an inch pull tab, just enough to get your pin in. I don't think I got that there. It'd be so much easier to remove. The release paper, it's kind of hard to, when you're doing this type of work. And I'm also going to put glue on this. Kind of hold it in place. Okay. Now, let's put some glue. And hopefully my glue is still. We're going to really put it on here. Maybe I'll do this a little at a time. I don't know. Maybe if I just dot it, it'll stay wet by the time I get it all done here. Whoops. Well, that doesn't matter. Be a good place to hold it there. Well, I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to put a window in. Oh, it's sticking to the table. I think I can go ahead and put glue on this too. Help hold it down. Put my pen back in. Come on, Meri. All right, now we're going to put this on here. Hopefully. And we'll probably have to let this dry before I do any folding, so we might have to stop at this point. Let's see, I got might have to wash my windows. So I'm going to, it might take, because this is cellophane, or the plastic bag, whatever it's made out of. And it is doubled here, so I don't know, I might have to cut that one layer off, but we'll see. So I think this is about as far as I can go this morning on this. I think it really has to dry good. So I'm going to put all of this aside, and we'll come back to that the next time I work on this. We've done enough damage today. I'm gonna put, maybe I'll put some more glue on this yet. I'll put some modeling paste on these again, and those will need to dry. Let me get all the scrappies off here, and we'll move on, Meri. Move on, Meri. Put my tape back. Put my scissors away. I think I'll put this over on my project cart. At least the papers I will, for sure. Put this up here for now. My scissors away where I can find those. This is trash, sandpaper, notes. I've got ribbon out here that needs to be put away. Oh. Okie dokie. Let me come out and look at chat for a little bit. Oh, let me do this first. And then we'll move on to the next project. Got that in my hand. Put my scissors away. I'm trying to train myself to put things over here on my supply cart, keep my table as clear as possible. I'm going to let this dry up here, though. Keep my project cart as clear as possible. I mean, my desk as clear as possible. Well, my project cart, too. But so I have room to work. Let's put some modeling paste on this. Let's put it on the roof. Make snow. Now, I did not put chimneys on these houses. I might make some that have chimneys on them. I'm going to have to be careful that I don't get my string caught up in the modeling paste there. And my modeling paste here is, I made it, and I followed Topaz Pearl Girl's recipe, and but I added some water to it, and that's what makes it kind of runny, but I like it for the snow part. Here I think it's making a nice snowy roof. Line. Now, I might have to come back and we'll revisit that. Alrighty, I'm going to set this up here and let it dry a little. I'm going to put some more modeling paste up here. Kind of build that up so when it goes, it won't pull out. Put some in there. Kind of paste that knot down in there. There. Let that dry. I have to give my desk a good cleaning. All right. We're going to move on. Let me come out and look at chat. Let me refresh my chat. Chat filter, top messages, chat filter, all messages. Hi, Angie Brown. She didn't took her. Did you take Penelope, Angie? Angie Brown. Hi, Elise. Welcome in. Did you kidnap Penelope, Angie? She's scooted the desk here. I don't know what happened to her. She's not around. She's flown the coop. I was sorting out projects this morning, and I think she said, oh, there's too much here for me. I might have knocked her over. I'll check after the stream. Hi, Mina. Hi, Chris K. Welcome in. Chris K is from Mexico. It's good to see you, and it's good to see you, Mina. How are you feeling this morning? Are your eyes healing up? Mina had some eye surgery done last month, I believe. Welcome in, ladies. Let's see, who else am I missing? Arlene is here. Angie kidnapped Penelope. Elise is here. Good morning, Elise. JM is here. JM, I know JM from the sales, mostly from Pearl and Deb and Rebecca. Rebecca had a sale the other day. I couldn't stay. I'm going, if I don't stop, I'm going to be bankrupt. She was selling so many neat things. But it was her last sale. She is going to have some major surgery done. And I've got a box coming from her. She's been holding the invoice through her last sale. But she won't be, Rebecca, I'm talking about Rebecca Wills now. She won't be selling probably for a couple months, I'm thinking. Zen Jen said good morning. She's off to make her Oriental putz houses. She says, oh man, another rough morning. I gotta go, but I'm glad I caught Meri. Take care, everyone. Yeah, Zen Jen, thanks for popping in. Kimberly is taking her, I think her dog's name is Beefy. She's going to take, he says, want some exercise, want to go out, so they're going for a walk. Did Dee Dee pop in? I saw Dee Dee. If you are watching, happy birthday. She might be watching. She might be lurking out there, but today's her birthday, so I doubt it. I doubt that Dee Dee's watching on her birthday. She's probably going to, well, her daughter and her grandchildren were there yesterday, so it wouldn't surprise me if she's doing something special today, Dee Dee. On your birthday? I don't know. I missed it if she said anything. Riri is here. Hi, Riri. Good morning, Miss Riri. It's good to see you, too. Angie says, Aunt Beck, I'm so happy for you. Now you get to craft again. Yeah. Let's see. Riri's laughing at something. As with many words, there are different meanings from culture to culture. Not a putz house. It's Yiddish. It means an average. Oh, my goodness. And now I see why you're laughing, Riri. We won't verbalize that here. You can verbalize it in chat. If you know, you wouldn't be making one. Well, actually, the putz houses are German little houses here. They are traditionally called putz houses. I don't know about that other meaning. I'm not going to explore that aspect of putz. Angie says she kidnapped Penelope. She admitted it. Bring her back, Angie. Bring her back. Zenjin says, Arlene, my daughter raves about Longwood, especially at Christmas. I keep hoping to make it there. I don't know what Longwood is. Kimberly says, who knew? I was watching the antique store video, and that started the putz. Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. So there's where Kimberly caught on to the putz houses. We're blaming stuff on you when you were gone, Arlene says to Kimberly. Sis called. Her sister called. Becky says, yes, I'm getting excited about having my room back. Oh, she says, oh, Meri, you could get a stained glass look by putting some sequins between those layers of plastic. And I could still do that. I'm going to let this dry, but I think I can peel back the first layer because it's only the bottom layer that's glued down. So I could put some sequins in there and get, and I've got glitter. It's not sequins, but I've got glitter. I could peel it back and, yeah, that's a great idea, Becky, if you're listening. We'll have to see. I'm not sure I can put my hands on any sequence right off the bat. I know I have it around here, but I'm still getting organized. That's a great idea, Becky, if you're listening out there. Oh, looking for Penelope on your cart? No, she's not on my cart. I think she fell. I don't know where. I think she jumped the cliff. I don't see her. I just don't see her around. I think she went bungee jumping. Look at this ribbon that I got in that packet from Deb that I opened the other day. This is really antique-y, silky ribbon. I'm really liking this. This might go on that quilt on my side because I've been looking for something that I can, if I fold it, I don't want to take the pin out. If I fold it, I could couch it down, and I was looking for something that I could couch. I'm really liking that ribbon, and that's the right color. You should have seen the other day when I opened that Happy Mail from the auction haul that I got from Deb. Oh my goodness, zippers and elastic and some really cool ephemera. Let me get some of this glue off of my desk here. All right, I think the next thing I'm going to do is work on tabs. I've got this tab punch, and I'll show it to you, for my Society of Ideal Collector Contents page. I think I need about 30 or 32 pages. What is this a list for? Oh, those are my current projects. Let's get a paper out here, and I'll put these. What? Oh, that's a Thomas Kincaid book, or a. Let me put those back, and this is just scrap paper. I think what I want to do is, this is that parchment paper, and I had a packet of it, and I was folding it, and I put it in my in between pages on my stitch journal. Like, I have a layer of fabric, some fabric, and then some parchment paper. So I had a lot left, and I think I have enough for my tabs. But what I want to do is make some tabs, and what I saw, I'm going to do one as an example here first. This is the tab maker from We Are Memory Makers, and I got this from Pearl from one of her sales. I think I paid $8 for it, but I think it's worth it. I think they're about $20-some out on the web. You might be able to find some cheaper at eBay or something like that, but I paid $8 for mine. And what I'm going to do, because I'm wanting a full page of tabs, and you could probably figure out how to do that on here, but how I'm going to do it, and I saw what they did. This is just paper. I'm going to just tear an example here. I might want it about 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 inches maybe. This way. Because I'm going to fold this in half. Get my paper nice and straight. This is just experiment here. And oh, this is 8.5. So I wanted it 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to tear this. I'll probably cut when I do the real tabs. And then I'm going to fold this in half, like this. Now it depends on how long you want your tabs. Let me just fold this. Maybe I should score it in there. No, let's just fold it. I want to get it fairly even here. Come on, Mary. Maybe it would work better if I figure out my length of my tabs here. They tell you in the directions. What I did with those are in the package yet. The length of the tabs, the long tabs and the short tabs. I think they put a chart out here. No, it's in different languages. maybe I saw it in the video. Let's see. As they tell it on here. Well, let's just do a sample. I want a piece of paper. Of course, I never have one when I want it. Where's all my scratch paper? Here. Let me grab one of these. It's an envelope. Hold on. Mary's reaching for scrap paper. And I just want to measure the length of these tabs. Of course, I knock everything down. Hold on, Mary's picking up stuff off the floor. Got too much stuff packed up over there. Let me just... And what you do is you take this little thing, and I think if you put it here, put your little guide in here, and put your paper up towards your guide. Of course, now this is kind of, and then punch. And then you turn it over and punch, but I want to know how big to make this. I'm going to tear it off here. No, I think you have to know ahead of time. What is it? I don't know how. Is there a number there? There are numbers on here. Line this up here. That's how they do it. So there's a little indentation in there, and I'm putting my tab where that longest indentation is. I punched it this way first, and then I'm turning it over, and then you just put your, you line your tab up that way. And now I'm going to measure this. This tab is like 2.5 inches, I think. 2.5 inches. So that's what I want to cut my paper at. I think 2.5. We're going to try it. This was a trial. Put that out of my way. Put this back up here. This guide, I'm going to have to watch some more videos because they do some really creative things with this. I want to tear it 2.5, I think. I'm going to try it at 2.5. Approximately. We'll do one. And then I'm going to fold this in half. And this, I might need a shorter length here. And then you put this in, and they use the guide. I'm just going to guide it right in like this, I think. That should be about right. And punch that, and then turn it over, and punch it again. Line this up. Oh, I might need it a little longer. We'll see. Because it just, yeah, I need it a little bit longer, maybe 3.5. Let's see what I ended up with here. Because it's not on the longest one. Although that's not a bad size. And let me get my scissors out here. I put them away. if I cut this at 1.5 inch, no, let me cut it. Let me see how long this is after I cut this. This is just a trial. So this, when I cut this, I wanted it 3 inches. 3 inches instead of 4. So let's pull a, well, I might leave it at 4 because I didn't have, it at the tallest one. Let Mary figure this out here. I've never really used this. I did a little punching with it just to see how it punched. Let me figure this out. So I'm putting it at the furthest hole there, and I'm lining this big sheet up, and I'm going to punch here. And then on this one, I want to line it up with the my right most little marking there, and punch there, because I want it at the largest one, and that other one, I don't know what I did with it. It was at the medium one. And let's cut this. Let's cut it here, and I think I still want it at 4, because I can cut it to fit. I'm going to leave it at 4 because I can trim off. 4 width-wise. And length-wise, I still think I want it at 3 because I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch off of here. Let's cut a 1/2 inch here. It'll cut off an entire inch, but like that, and then it's doubled, and the width of this is 3 inches. So instead of cutting this at 4 inches, I'll cut it at 3. I cut this as 4 inches this way. So the next one I'll just trim at 3. And then this, after I get them all made, I think 32. I think I might make 35 of them. And I'm going to make them out of that parchment paper if they'll punch double. And then I will attach them. I could probably make this even at 2 inches. I could probably cut another inch off of this. Let's try that. That way I could save paper. Another 1/2 inch. Hold on. See, that will still fit on my paper, and I think that's about 2 inches. Yeah, about 2 inches. And then when I put them on my dividers, and I'll probably color these with super tips and match them up with my contents page. I'll have a contents page, and I'm going to do what Dee Dee did. She has a color tab here, and she makes this tab the same as that tab, and like this might be, for me, it might be mind mapping. And I'll write mind mapping here and mind mapping on my contents page. And then you can make smaller tabs yet for behind here and do the ABCs or the 1, 2, 3s. So I was waiting to work on my Society of Idea Collector until I got that. So I can cut this down to 2 inches. but I'm going to do that later. I'll do it on this. 2 inches doesn't seem like much, does it? But that's, no, 3 inches. That makes more sense. We'll come back to that. Let's finish. Did I have another one here? I did. Let's do another one. Just for trial purposes. Come over here. Do your punch. Flip it over. Put it on the... and do another punch. And then I'm going to cut it. There. I'm going to cut it here. And here. These are just models. I might put these in a junk journal. Cut this one down right about in here for now. And there's my tab. Let's make some models here. I'll save these for my junk journal maybe. This is all trash. Let's do one more. Will it fit? I think I'll just barely get it. No, it'll be a smaller one. So now what I want to do is make some real ones. And I could use colored paper, but I think I want to use the super tips on these. Well, I'll have to see how the super tips will work on the parchment paper. I think it'll work. Let me throw these scraps away. I'll keep that for scrap paper. And let's pull out a piece of parchment paper here. Hold it. I put it up here. And I think I'll take a lighter colored one. For the tabs because I'm going to color them. And I want to cut this at 3 inches. Let's put this aside for now. Oops, got some punchy. Okay, get this off my desk, get this off my desk. And I need my trimmer. And I'm going to trim a 3 inch. Didn't have that locked. Trim a 3 inch piece here. And I want to see how this parchment paper, I think it'll punch double. We'll see. And I guess I need to kind of score it in the center here at 1 1/2. 1 1/2. Get it as straight as I can. Let's make a score mark so I can fold it easier. I need my bone folder. Where is my bone folder? Is it over on my cart? Did I put it on my cart? I don't see it. I gotta get used to where I'm putting things. I'll use my scissors here. Or maybe my ruler. So if I cut these at 3 inches, 3, 6, 9, figure out how many I can get out of a page. Let's go ahead and punch. Let's see how it punches. So we're going to punch it once on this side. Punches kind of hard, but it does punch. And then you turn it over, put it at the furthest one, and punch, and cut. Now I'm going to cut it here. I could probably make this a little bit shorter, but this is what I have for now, so I'm just going to trim. Trim that, trim this, and I could probably, well, I thought I cut it at 3 inches though. I did. I don't know why oh, it's what's doing here. It's okay, we'll do it that way. But I could still have this a little bit shorter. 2.5 maybe, but I'm not going to complain. I'll go in and trim this. I want to keep them nice and neat. Let's do some more here. I'm kind of wary. This is really probably about as thick a paper as you want to use with your punch, because it punches it, but what you have to press on it. Punch, line it up. Punch, snip, and I'll come back and cut those. I'm going to do several of these. Punch, line it up, punch. I might have to punch some aluminum foil in there to keep the blade sharp. I'm a little bit wary of it punching through 2 layers of this parchment paper. And I wanted to make double. You don't have to make double. I could write on both sides here, and I might do that. Because this is pretty thick paper. These will make nice tabs just single. So I might just cut these and say I have 4 tabs here. And that way I wouldn't need as much paper to do 32 of them. And this one will be a smaller tab. Because I'm kind of wary of punching double parchment paper here. I think it's hard on the blade. This will be a smaller one. So on my next one, I think I only need my strip to be 1.5 inch. Let's try that. And I'm gonna cut these. I'll cut them on my trimmer when so I'm gonna cut 1.5 inch strips. You have to figure this out as you go. Is that? Put these in here like that. Okay. So I want to cut 1.5 inch strips here with make sure that I'm thinking right here. I do like the punch board. And look, you get all these cute little tabs here if you wanted to use them as tabs. They're folded in half. But the other ones might not be. Well, they'll just be half ones, so I'm going to throw them away. All right, so we want to trim this at 1.5. Make sure I'm thinking right, so I'll just do one strip at 1.5. And I think that'll be easier on my punch. I think punching through. This parchment paper is pretty heavy, and by the time you double it, I think it's too much for that punch. I think I'll dull my blade. So let me cut these in half while I'm here. And I'll use less paper, and they're still pretty thick. And is that 1.5? Yeah. So now I have 6. I think I'll make 36 of them, so I'll have 1/4 of them done. Whoops, that's at 2. There we go. And before I cut the other strips, I want to make sure that I'm thinking correct. At 1.5. So put it in here. I like this. I think it was well worth $8. See, that punch is nicer. Much nicer. And trim it here. Punch. Turn it over. Line it up. Punch. Trim. Punch. This is well worth it. I think We Are Memories. This is a We Are Memory Makers punch board. I think this set that I got from Pearl runs about $25 out there on the internet. So you might be able to find used ones for cheaper, because they've been out for several years. I just never bought one. I'm going to make a smaller one here. And line this one up here. And if I don't use it in my Society of Ideal Collector, I'll use it in my junk journals. So I'm getting about 3 out of a strip. And at 1.5 inches, 1.5, I'll have an inch strip here, but I can make little tabs, I think. We'll see. I'll have a 1/2 inch, I think, left over, and an inch left over. All right, so I want to cut my strips at 1.5. If I was using a thinner paper, I would double it. I have an inch strip left over, and I could probably make a little tab out of that. I'll see. So how many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9. So I've got 1/4 of them done. If I do 36 of them, I need to cut the ends off here. So let's make some more. What is this resting on? The little scrap piece. Turn it over. And I'm doing the longest ones because I'm going to have words like mind map and storytelling, longer words. List isn't, the word list isn't very long, but I think I can get 3 out of a strip and 1 small one. I think that's what it's working out to be. And then let's do a small one. This was a good buy. I'm glad I got it. Thank you so much, Pearl, for sharing this. There's a small one. And let's do this strip. Turn it over. I'm going to make 36 of them. I don't think I have 36. I think I've got something like 32 or 33 divisions in my Society of Idea Collector. Some of them will be small, like I did a questions tab, and those are for questions that really aren't mind map questions. They're just kind of questions that maybe I even might run across on the internet or in my reading. There'll be a question out there that I'll run across that interests me. And then another small one here. Now I know you can buy all kind of tab punches. You can buy handheld tab punches, but I kind of like this tab board. And you don't have to make them like this. You can make them right on your paper, like. And I might cut some. When you make them on your paper, though, let's say that I'm doing a piece that'll fit in my index card. You want to, your index card, mine are 4x6. So I would want to make my tab maybe 4.5x6, because you'll want, this part will go onto your paper. But you'll want your tab to stick out, is what I'm saying. So whatever your, let's cut this at 4. Just tear it at 4. And pretend that this is going to be an index, a division for my doodle deck. Because my last 10 that I got for my doodle deck, the index thing, did not have index cards in it, and I can make them now. So I'm cutting off this. This is 4 inches. And for my little tab to go on 4 inch, let's say it's 4x6. Let's cut it at 6. Well, you can do this 2 ways. I probably didn't need to tear that off. You can, I'm doing it where you would put your tab on separately. So I cut this as, this would be like an index card in my little holder. And here's a small tab. And so if I fit this on here like this, and probably cut this area off here, I don't have to cut it off. And so it would go in like this. So if you were doing it right on your paper, you would want your paper at 4.5, and I tore off that 1/2 inch. So, and then you could just, they have it set up. There's a way that you can say this paper, and I'm going to go ahead and punch the paper. It will be too small for my, it'll be a 1/2 inch too small, but it will show the example. You punch here, you turn it over, and you punch again. Let's see, I'll make it smaller. I'll make it here. And then you come over here and you trim. This is a trimmer that you pull out. Has a blade on it. And so you put your paper over this way. Line it up, however, and put your guide down. And you trim in there. I'm not going to trim because I have to experiment with it. I'll just cut it. Pretend that this is the trimmer. But this is not going to be, because I cut this much off. This would be too short to put in, but it's an example of how you can make and I might have wanted to cut up here even. Depends. I think I cut down at the bottom. I might have wanted to trim it right there. I haven't done this before. But here's your, and then you do another one on your next page. You do another one in the middle and another one there. And that's how you move your pieces down this way. Like however, like in there, if you wanted to do the middle, maybe right in here. Then there are little guidelines on there. So I'll work with this type of thing later. That's not what I'm doing today. Today I'm just making punches for my Society of Ideal Collector. Let's put this. And I'll have to figure out how this, because I think you put it inside of the guide here. One of these guides. I haven't used my little cutter tool yet. But here's an example here where they did the 3 divider pages. And that's what I want to do for my doodle deck. But I'm not going to fool with it today. Alright, this is trash. These are my tabs that I punched. I think I got 6 more here. And well, I was cutting my strips at 1.5. So 6 and 9 is 15. So let me get out another page. I should have about 15 of them here. And I'm just going to punch them today. I'm not going to put them on my pages or anything. I'll put them in an envelope. I'm not in any big hurry to do my Society of Ideal Collector because I still have my old one. Alright. This is... can throw some of this away or put it over in the pile over here. Throw these away. So now I want to cut another page here to another light colored one. Is that the same color? No. Is it this color? It's that color, isn't it? No, it's hard to tell. What color am I using here? This color. This is parchment paper, and it come in a, it's got very light colors, pastel-y colors. I like it for my sewing journal. And these are just, I'm going to use it for my contents page. Now I want to cut strips here of 1.5 inches. And we'll make a bunch more tabs. One and a half inches. This is getting stuff done today. What time is it? I'll come out in a little bit. It's 8:20. I'm getting off of here at 9 o'clock. So I hope to at least have my tabs punched. We worked on my putz house. Did I do anything else? I made a project list. So I want to work through this project list. Not all, I won't get it all done this morning, but I'll work down through it. And that's just art project list. I've got other things going on in my life. I've got the stitch journal. I've got what I'm doing for the membership area. I got my quilt project that I'm working on. I want to finish showing the quilts that I have. I kind of stopped after that last one. I haven't finished showing all the crazy quilt stuff. Is this, and then this is only 1 inch here. We're going to save that back. So let's go ahead and punch these. I may not need more than this. Let me count these again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 12, not, I was thinking I had 16. So 12 and 12 is 24. So I might need another page because I want to do 36 of them. But we're getting there. This might be a little darker. It depends, I think, on what way the page is facing. I think it depends on what way the page is. Paper is darker on one side than the other. I think I can get 3 and 1 small one out of the strip. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm on the 5th, so 5 times 3 is 15. 15 and 12 is what, 27? I might need another sheet, or another half sheet. That doesn't look right. Maybe it is. My imagination. It looks a little out of shape there, but I'm going to use it anyway. I probably didn't have it in there right. Or I could put it in my ones that I'm going to use in my junk journal, my smaller ones. And then we're going to make a small one. And let's just keep going. I'm liking this tool. I'm going to have to tell Pearl how much I appreciate this. She'll say, oh, good. She'll say, I wasn't using it. And I got it for $8. I think I got a good deal on it. Not saying that you can't get these used ones out there on the internet. Probably on eBay. Look on Etsy if you're interested. Maybe somebody else will be selling one sometime. I think they run, I see them at different prices. I think they are out on Amazon. You can get a lot of different type of punches. And you can get the hand punches that will punch tabs for you too. But this just happens to be what I got from Pearl. I'm just going to keep going through here. I like Pearl's sales. She sells a lot of fabric and laces. That's primarily what she sells. That she does, if she has something like this, she will sell it. She says she's got to get rid of things. She says there's sometime out in the future there's another move for her. And I was telling my brother that I should probably rent a storage unit. I've been thinking about doing that for some of my art supplies because I really don't want my nephew and his wife, or even my brother, if something would happen to me, I don't want them to have to deal with clearing all this stuff out. And he said, well, we'd have to clean out the storage unit. And I'm going, well, knowing my nephew's wife, she would just hire somebody to come take it all away. And I told him I'd like to have them donated if possible. But it would all be in one place. They wouldn't have to clean out rooms, and it would already be boxed up, and they wouldn't care what was in the boxes. I'd have to pay the rental fee, but it would also give us more space here. I'd fill up the storage unit. You tend to fill up, if you get space, you tend to fill it up. I should come out and look at chat, but I kind of want to get this done. I want to get 36 of these punched. At least 36. I don't think I have 36 tabs. But I'll have some extras in case I goof. And I do goof a lot. It's the way I learn, is to make mistakes. And I don't know if this parchment paper, I guess if you put it on a different setting, you could print on it with your printer. I don't know. It's pretty thick. I hate to get paper jams in my printer. I did that yesterday again. But luckily I was able to, I found out that if I get a paper jam in my paper, if I pull it out, if I can, and I must have got lucky yesterday, but I couldn't get it, the setting was still saying that it was jammed. So I turned my printer off and on again, and it reset the setting. I couldn't get the setting reset by punching the keys on the display tab of my printer. So I turned my printer off and on, and it took care of it. Now, let's see how many I have. I should have 12 more. Well, 12 and 12 is 24. I wanted 36. I need a couple more. Yeah. Let's count them. I might have 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I must have, I counted 13 here. It must be 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How did I get an odd number? I don't know. Do I have a small one mixed up in there? Yeah, I have a small one. That small one doesn't belong in there. Where's he at? I think that's it. It goes up there. So 12 and 12 is 24, and I wanted 36. So I need 12 more. I need another sheet. What time is it? It is 8:31. I have time to do another sheet if I hurry. I think I'm using the more of a gray sheet here. Might be the last sheet I have, because this is not related to this. Might be the last one. Come on, Mary. That one. This one. It's more of a green. I thought I had another one of these sheets. I'm looking here. I'm spending all my time looking here. I think this. Spending all my time looking for the right shade of paper. Oh, this is close enough. I'm going to be coloring the tabs anyway. So now I need to cut these at 1.5. I think I'm getting 12 tabs out of each page of the larger ones at 1.5 inch strips. One and a half? Yeah. And 12 times 3 is 36. So just, I'll forget it all next time I go to work on this. I don't think you would want any thicker paper for the punch. Doubling that was a little iffy. Dull your blade real fast. Your punch blade. I guess you would have to punch through some tin foil on it, like you do your other punches. When I get this done, I'll come out and chat. I want to welcome you in. Today is Tuesday, so Kathy Berg and Colleen come on after me. Beth Schuler comes on tonight. I think Dusty Unicorn comes on. Who else did I say? Can't remember. But there's a lot going on. All right, 1.5. There's a lot going on out there. These might be a little bit different shade of parchment paper, but where's my scissors? Not too much. I think it'll do. I think they'll do, Pig. And let's do a small one. I'll use the small ones could use it in my Dee Dee's scribble journal for the dates. I was using sticker paper, but I might go back in and put these in my scribble journal for the Society of Idea Collector when Dee Dee does a Society of Idea Collector segment. I've been taking notes in my scribble journal while I'm listening to her. And then I put a little date tab on it. And I was using leftover sticker paper after I cut out my stickers for the altered book that we're working on in the group, the Fib Diggity Creators group. And I've been playing with the stickers. And when you have the, after you cut out your sticker, you have leftover sticker paper. And I'm going, I'm not throwing that away. That's good stuff. I'll use it for tabs or draw on it or something. And by the way, if you are a member of the Fib Diggity Creators group in my membership area, I did put a post out there. You may not have been in the chat last night, but there's a post out there if you want stickers of the next page that we're doing. I'm doing 2 large ones and 2 small ones of the ladies that we're doing. So go out there and look for that post on the post tab out there, or the community tab, whatever is showing up for you. And put your name under it. It's for the membership area. It's not for the general public. And we skipped down about 5 pages from the one that we did in January, so be aware of that too, if you're playing catch up out there. Not everybody can make it to the live streams, but there's always the replay. There's always the replay. And we're getting done here. A little one. Whoops. What, I have 2 more to do here. These are 1-inch ones. Kind of assembly line work here, but I like the idea that I can make my own tabs. And I like the idea that I can make my own tab sheets. I wonder if this will cut. I buy that tabbed. Oh, I like to make stencils out of it. It's Avery page dividers. They're already tabbed. But that type of material, if I made my stencils out of an acrylic type deal, I could tab them. And I want to eventually put those, all my homemade stencils, in a journal, but that's a future project. I've only got a couple cut. But I have the page dividers. All right, one more. And I think we're at number 36 in here after I get this done. Might have to trim off some of the edges on those. Yeah, I must have a pile under there. One more small one. I got a pile. So let's set that up. Let's see what I have here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have 4 rows of 36 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rows of 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I must have some small ones mixed up in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got some extras, which is okay. So I'm just going to take all of these and put them in an envelope, and I'll work with them later. And then I have a whole bunch of smaller ones that I can use, like I said, in my scribble journal or in my junk journals. They're different sizes in here. These are paper ones that I did, testing ones. So we'll put these in an envelope. And I got another small one there, and another large one here, and another test one there. Let me grab a couple of envelopes. And I can make some more small ones out of these if I want. I'm not going to do it now. Let me grab a couple of envelopes. These are Pen Plus Gear envelopes. They're a little bit cheaper. Or you can get them at the dollar store. These might be the dollar store ones. When I use them, I always put a piece of tape. I don't trust their glue, especially if I'm putting a check in it. And I'm not gonna seal these. I'm gonna write. These are the small tabs, and these are the large, right? Yeah. Tabs. And that's all I'm going to do in my Society by Dick Collector for today. My next step will be to trim the edges off of these and to color them, the different colors. I'll have to figure out what colors I'm going to use on each tab and do my contents page. But that's coming. So I could put these on my cart, but I think I'm going to put them in a slot over here on my computer desk. I'll just put them up there. And we're going to throw all these little scrappies away. They're kind of cute. And let me come out and look at chat, because I know I've been wrapped up in what I was doing. I haven't been following chat. Let me refresh my chat. Chat filter all messages. Oh, hi Jane. Welcome in. She says, have a great day. She says, no point in watching it, right, Aunt Beck? Beck says, bye you all. We're off to the hardware store while the paint dries. No point in watching the paint dry. Welcome in, Jane. We're glad to have you join us. Jane won a membership area from Jacqueline. Was giving away memberships right and left the other day. I had to tell her to stop. She was having too much fun. She was giving away all these memberships. And I really thank Jacqueline for doing that. And Jane, you won one, so it's only for a month. So when you gift a membership, it's only for a month. But welcome in. And I've said many times, if I could have this membership area with no pay, I would do it. Bye, Becky. Have a great day. She says, yes, and thank you, Jacqueline. Let's see. Pearl. There's Pearl. Hi, Pearl. Pearl, did you see me do all this punching? Did you see me do it? I'm just loving this. Let's put it all back together. Let's put it back together. Where's the rest of the instructions here? Do I have them here? This is scrap paper. I am just having so much fun. Somewhere in here I have the instructions for this. I don't know what I did with them. They'll show up. Here's these. Yeah, here they all are. Now I need the plastic lid to it. I must have knocked it down. Here it is. This is just fun. This was a bargain, Pearl. Thank you so much for this. I'm going to put it all back in this package and keep it on my supply card. I have to still arranging that supply card. But this would be things that I would put on my supply card so I know right where it's at. And then these go in here. And then it closes up this way. Thank you so much for this, Pearl. This is exactly what I needed to put my Society by Dick Collector journal together. And my little doodle deck. Get in there. There we go. Very cool, Pearl. Brenda says, welcome to everybody. Thank you, Brenda, for that. I love you. I love when you guys do that. Highlight a message like that. And it's a nice welcome message. And welcome to you, Brenda. I don't think I've welcomed you in here. What did Brenda say up above? Did she say anything up above? What are you saying congrats for? Oh, did you win one of them too, Brenda? Did you win one of those? I see you're a member. Have you been a member? Or did you buy your own member? I don't remember. You joined? Thanks for joining. Thank you so much for joining, Brenda. Welcome in into the membership area. Jacqueline was giving away memberships left and right. I forgot who all won. I said, Jacqueline, thank you. But you better stop. You're breaking your bank. She says, woohoo, I got in. I couldn't get the membership to go through before. Really? Huh. I wonder why. I use PayPal. I have a one-tap buy. Well, let's just do one. Let's just give away a membership since we're... But what bothers me is that I can't control who gets the members. Nobody, with YouTube decides who gets them. Let me go to my account out here. YouTube decides. And in a way that kind of bothers me. If they have to decide, if they're bound and determined that they're going to make that decision for me, at least they could award it to somebody in the chat stream. That's my feeling on it. But they pick somebody who they say is your super fan. And I'm going, well, this isn't my super fan. I don't even hardly know these people. You know? So I don't know. I'm kind of got a few criticisms there, but let me go to my channel here. I had an ad. Let me come in. Let me buy a membership for somebody out there. Skip the ad. Spinning for members, yes. Let me do a membership gifting, and I only gift one at a time. My bank account can't afford 50 memberships at $100. So I just do the one tap buy. That's how I'm set up, and it goes out to my PayPal. You guys don't see passwords or anything, and I just do a one tap buy. It processes it. Processing, payment successful. And it goes to SBS Cozy Creation Sarah. Now, I think I've seen Sarah in some of our sales. At least I know who she is. So congratulations, Sarah. Glad to have you at least check out the membership area. I think I've seen her in Pearl sales and in Rebecca and Deb's sales. And I don't know if she does art per se. She might do, I don't know what her, yeah, it is fun. Congrats, Sarah. And Jane, it's so good to see you in here. Jane is from Canada. So welcome in. I appreciate, let me say this, I appreciate my Canadian neighbors. We love you. Oh. They've been in the news, not Jane, but the Canadians have been in the news lately. And I just want to extend a hand of friendship to the North. Oh, dear me. Congratulations, Sarah. Jane says, thank you, Mary. We love you back, too. Yeah. I think if we can just be friends because of our art and let all the politicians work out the crap, you know, and mostly that's what it all is. Generally, it works out one way or the other, one way or another. So if we can just maintain our friendship through our art, I think that we've done our part. That's my feeling on all that stuff that's going on. Hi, Mrs. Gigi. Welcome in. Mrs. Gigi also won a membership. I think she either won it from me or Jacqueline. But welcome in. Glad to have you join us. Mrs. Gigi aren't you from, I get you mixed up with some of the others, Mrs. Gigi. Aren't you from overseas? Yeah. The people are okay. The politics is grrr. Yeah. That's the way it is. They don't let the grandmas run the country. If they would let us little grandmas put our foot in, we would straighten them all out. or we would try. Welcome in, Gigi. All right, let's see who else I've missed up here. Kimberly's here. Jane is here. Joyce Boring, welcome in, Joyce. Brenda's here. And she did a welcome to the Fibdiggity creators. Yeah. I think that happens when you get a new membership in chat. I'm not real sure. Well, that didn't really happen but she's not in here either. Sarah. Pearl was in here. She peeked in for a little bit. She's probably working on her next sale. I missed sale. Pearl, I think Pearl and Deb have a sale last night, but I couldn't go because I was doing a membership live stream. There's Mrs. Gigi way up above. Becky says, bye, y'all. We're off to the hardware store while the paint dries. Jane says, hi, Mary and all. I got my coffee and my eyes are half open. Angie, Brenda. Becky says, Brenda, that's what I do too, as it makes the tab stronger. What did she say? Becky, I'm not sure. Folded is best if the paper isn't too heavy. Yeah, I did fold I folded some of the copy paper and it did it fine, but I was using parchment paper, and that parchment paper is pretty thick. It's more of a cardstock weight. And it's not a thin parchment paper. It's a thick card. I'm using it for my dividers, and it's pretty thick. It's not quite a cardstock weight, but when you double it, it puts a strain on the tab on the cutter. I didn't want to dull my blade. Yeah. I tried to fold it, and I wasn't happy. I cut them apart. There's Pearl. She says, good morning, you all. She can't stay, but I wanted to give a thumbs up. So thanks, Pearl. Becky says, Mary, did you see the video about the right way to fold a quilt so that it lasts longer? I did not. Is that on your, well, I don't, Becky, I think, left. It might be on her channel, but when I was still working, Jane says grandma should rule the world. I agree, Jane. If they would let us grandmas rule the world, things might be a little more peaceful, maybe. Of course, they'd have to obey us. We get out our umbrellas. But when I was still working, in fact, it was when I think I was living in Iowa at the time. I attended up in Decorah, Iowa, and I was really into needlework at that time. But in Decorah, Iowa, they had a little seminar about fabric and textile conservation, and we had a whole session, a whole day session on that, of the proper way to clean your quilts, the proper way to store them, and your other textiles. What I do with these quilts that are my grandmother's quilts, and I have a quilt that crazy quilt and my mother's quilt tops, I roll them up in sheets. I roll them up, and I think that's the way that they I think you can fold them, like Becky said, the proper way to fold it. I don't like to fold the quilts because I feel like it gets a crease in it, but there might be something I'm missing in there. But if you roll your quilt in a roll, this is the parchment paper, you aren't going to get those deep creases. So that's what I do. And I wrote it up. You get a clean sheet and wash it good, get all the sizing and everything out of it. But I had them upstairs. I brought them home with me because I didn't want to leave them in storage. And I had them upstairs, but it was time to get them out and let them breathe for a while. So they're still up there breathing. And I want to go through them and kind of make little videos. And that's kind of what I'm in the process of doing. And I have some more videos that I need to do, and then I'll roll them up in quilts again, in sheets. Kimberly dropped the link to Kathy Berg's stream. Oh, and it's time to say goodbye. It's 9 o'clock. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that link. You all have a good day. Kathy Berg and Colleen are coming on. I may or may not come on tomorrow morning. I don't know. Sometimes if I'm up and awake, I come in on Wednesday mornings early, but I don't know. But I will see you Thursday morning at 6 o'clock. Have a great day, everybody. Go do some art. Go watch Kathy and Colleen. Bye.